get back into the match because it says you've left it. Either way, we are underway. And why is there a loading screen on the top? There we go. It's got. All right. Nope. Server's working. It's fine.
I don't know why that's there. That's good.
It's working. It's working.
All right. Ray up already as well. And the passing plays begin for MQU.
Yeah. They are straight out of the gate and looking pretty good in Macquarie, but. We see a little bit back on that other side. Look, let's go through these lineups real quick. On that Macquarie side, it is Ray. It is Proaz Lion, who you called out before as a player to watch, as well as Akami, the other player to watch on this Macquarie side. For UWA, it is Crab, it is Jackie, and it is the name that we always pronounce differently, I feel like. Sakiri? Suckery? Well, they almost got Dunkeried right there, but Crab made the save.
Dunkery, is that kind of a form of dungarees? That's probably not even a reference most Australians get. Oh, all right. Already starting this one off right, aren't we? Akame gonna get that one centered to Jackie, though. And back to the midfield it goes. It's very, very back and forth play for a game number 1.
Yeah, it is a very, very quick start in this game right now as we are watching Ray try to stay behind the ball. Eventually, Jackie will be the one who presses forward. Look, compared to the last series, you know, where we had the players with that RLCS experience, the team players that have been screaming together, obviously these teams have been screaming together as well, but not as many familiar names when it comes to the upper echelon pro scene right now. Whoever wins this matchup, they know what's up ahead for them. We really want to see these teams kind of rise to that level that we saw RMIT at.
A lot of the teams that we are seeing that made it into this playoff section and are making the deeper runs as well have these big duos on the team, with the third filling and then being able to rotate around that man. I think in this case, it's going to be Akame and Prizeline. We saw them connecting so well last time they were on screen here. And on the other side, I think there's more of just a bit of a one-man to watch here. I think Sakari has come up with the most notable plays for the team on that side.
Yeah, they definitely has been, as we see pressure in front of the net, not able to bring it in. Akame is going to try to make a play off the ceiling now, going for the musty to cap it off. Oh, baby, that's how you start off with momentum on your side.
Did he just pull back on the stick here, or did he flip cancel a musty? He did. He flip canceled a musty. The hell is that? That's an unbelievable shot.
That is... Look, this is what we wanted, though, guys. We wanted these guys to come out with the confidence, busting out the big place to start off, and it's going to come from MQU.
Flip cancel musty straight out the back just to soften that shot and place it top left corner. An unbelievable way to get that accuracy and placement, but it's Crab to put it back the other way. They're looking to press back and get this even again.
Yeah, Jackie goes a little too high. Sucker also a little too high. The net was open, but Proaz puts it in the post. Still, though, Akame will secure that one. 2-0 lead.
Yeah, tougher one there to take the free one on. He had to come down and get that ground pinch. Always that little bit of question mark on the ground pinches occasionally, but they cleaned up regardless. So, you know, the open net missed OCE curse. It's okay right this second.
Yeah, no, we're good. We look, I see an open net. I don't care where the player in the ball is. I'm going to call it out, all right?
Yeah.
Everyone should have 100% shot accuracy and never miss ever. That's the expectation.
Yeah. Especially if it's the winning side, right? Like you said, it should always be a 4-0.
Yep. Which, by the way, would be my prediction coming into this game as well.
To which team?
Macquarie.
I'd definitely be going, Macquarie. All right. Just checking that your 70 was still there. Here goes again.
Barely.
Sakari.
Oh, that looks good. Oh, okay. Can I call that one?
Go for it.
That was the open net miss. That was the... even though there was a defender there, the defender was not in the right position. Like, the entire upper half of the net was free.
You were not incorrect on the other one. I was just calling it out that it was, it was a more reasonable of the OCE misses. It's one of the more understandable ones. I've seen open net misses on goal line. It's unbelievable.
I mean, honestly, once you watch Rocket League, and this goes for everyone out there, when you watch
that didn't happen.
Yeah, we're just steamrolling through that. Once you watch and play Rocket League for a long enough time, you've pretty much seen everything except for canceled half-flip musties.
Whoa.
Like, that's why we
Yeah.
celebrate the good plays and just kind of laugh at the bad, because everyone has been there.
Yeah, absolutely. Ray now, looking for it. Actually, a great pass in. Prize line wasn't able to get the first one. And great patience by Crab. Denied on the line. Akame just got to that.
What a save. What a play by Akami. That looks so free for UWA. And if that's going to be the tempo for this series, I am worried about our friends from Western Australia.
Absolutely a tough mark to beat if those are getting away from you now. Jackie trying to set this up one last chance for at least a single goal in this first game. The game is definitely going in Macquarie's favor, but Jackie, one more chance as it goes high, 0 seconds. It's got to reach ground here. Price Lion actually getting in the way of that. And Akame sends it to ground for game one.
Macquarie take a convincing opening game right there. Even the moments where it looked like UWA was about to fight their way back in it, the responses were fast and furious. Akame has frequently, I feel like, been the carrying force of this Macquarie team throughout the season, and they've come into the playoffs, this winner's bracket semifinal, continuing on with that momentum. Fantastic stuff from the blue side. Pressure now back on Jim's throwing. Will they be able to bring it back?
Ray stepping up to be a playmaker in that first match as well is a really, really good sign for MQU. They always do the best when Ray can get out of defense. Unbelievable defender, don't get me wrong, but when he starts to be usable in every spot on the field, MQU gets so dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking dangerous already because Akame was also kind of carrying that defensive load, as we saw when it looked to be UWA's, maiden goal for the series denied on the line, and Crab's going to be frustrated about that one. Either way, game number 2 is off and looking good for UWA. Crab gets their revenge. It's a 1-0 lead.
And 2 games in a row, we've seen that early goal come out. Jackie with a great setup there. Crab finds the angle. There will be no open net miss this time, and it was one to be sure.
Yeah, well, if that one turned out to be a miss, then I would have serious problems.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's when we start to question the entire seeding and playoff bracket and all of that. You lose a game. You just straight up lose a game. That's the punishment.
That's when you start to question whether the job is worth it anymore. It's
yeah, pretty much.
Off the backboard it comes, and a good defense from Crab there to continue it away. Jackie with 0 boost, though, makes this a difficult mark to reach. Demo and Ray there means they can hold this at a midline without too much pressure on them. But Crab, that's a bit of a misplay. Sakari can't beat it. There's the shot from Akame and another open net.
Yeah, that was a forced open net, though, because Crab, wound up missing it up there. I think that actually may have been intentional for a fake, but it was read through by the Macquarie side, who pressed it forward. They found the gap in the rotation. They found the gap in the misplay, and they tied the series up. Or the game up, at least.
I feel like this comes down to the fact that UWA know that they need to get onto the offense. They need to get points up and hold a positive scoreline against MQU if they want to win this. However, it does lead to them having more lax defense. They're throwing everything at the ball to try and get that scoreline to show in their favor.
Yeah, they are. And you know what? I'm always down with teams that take risks, right? Like, even if they get blown out on occasion, I'd rather see them go for the chance than necessarily sit back and kind of bleed out, as it were, and that's not going to be the case in this series. Jim's throwing definitely are willing to throw themselves at the play. Problem is, Macquarie, they're just winning almost every challenge. Sakiri may have won that one, but Akami just in the right place, right time, able to clear it off of the post. Has Ray underneath just as they run out of boost. Good interception, though, by the defense.
Very good, and a pass back to Jackie. That'll be midfield for Crab. The shot blocked away from Pro's line. Looked like to be off post anyway there, but good pressure from UWA. This Esports team showing up huge right now, on defense as well right now, and it looks like a shot will be taken. Ray takes another.
You said you wanted to see Ray strap up. That's how you do it right there. Down the center. Good setup from Pro's Lion. Yes, Jackie had the touch, and that's kind of was the awkward play that Ray was able to capitalize on. So super goal from Macquarie, once again in the lead.
Really heads up by Ray there as well. Turned before the pass out from the defender. Intercepted that with just a Giga Brain read onto the entire play. Jackie with one back, though, evens it up straight away. Great play by Jackie.
Jim's throwing has been able to get 2 quick goals off these kickoffs, and while that's super great to see, I mean, it's done enough to equalize this game right now. Still want to see them score off an extended play. You can't win off kickoffs alone unless you can chain them together right here.
Yeah, they're clawing their way away from a loss, not towards a win right now, and that's what they need to change. They need to be clawing at that 1-goal lead, not just to get away from the loss here. Carmine now trying to put them back in that losing position, and it will go to prize line. What a read from Crab. Jackie away again. Macquarie, great pass back. They're connecting. Ray gets there just in time.
But those are the types of plays that I want to see, right? That will tell me that UWA is getting themselves back in that competitive spot, and I mean, tie ball game, they're getting closer to putting those goals together, Gex. Maybe it is more similar to our first series, and game 1 was just a warm-up.
Well, that warm-up definitely has come through well for them. Sakari makes a big challenge. Crab now in the corner. They're going to have to make a big push still to get that 1 goal ahead.
Well, they're trying to, especially across that middle of the field. Jackie puts it up. Proaz Lion winds up missing it. Ball in front of the net, off the backboard. Wasn't quite able to sneak it underneath. No follow-through across the middle until Sakiri gets to it. Akame playing patiently. Didn't really get that pass off to themselves. What a cross-up from Jackie, and it's a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, snipes that downwards, and this is the spot they needed. Even if they continue to trade goals now, they've had the 2 they needed to actually be in front on that trade.
Yeah, that was exactly what we wanted to see from this side in orange. And now with the lead, can they add to it? It would be a great response to a game number 1 that realistically got away from them.
Power on that.
Demos across the middle of the field, but the power through Crab will clear to the opposite side.
Big demo on the backboard as well. Gotta love to see UWA making those physical plays. Yeah, a bit of a dangerous one there, but it does have enough time on it for them to reset. A shot on an open net on upfield will nowhere near be the speed they need to take it. But, oh no, Crab is cutting his teammate there to try and maintain control. You'd see the desperation in them to make a 2nd goal in their lead.
Yeah, they would love that 2-goal cushion right now. They kind of feel a little bit desperate for it on that UWA side. However, with the pass back to Ray, touch towards the net, not there. Ray, too tight of an angle, unable to follow it up. Time is in UWA's favor. Another save on the goal line.
Crab with a bit of patience in defense as well, almost able to make that a clear instead of just a save. Now Sakari, big challenge, huge dunk though, and that's where the pressure has been onto UWA. Jim's throwing continually, taken away from almost the own goal. What a save from Akame.
Oh, that was playing it on the line. It's always hold the breath moment whenever a defender uses their own post. As it stands, those saves, not really what Macquarie wants. They're nice, but they need that equalizing goal. But they've been pinned down on their own side of the pitch for so much of the past 2 minutes. They're just never getting that chance.
Jackie with control now. It's come back to be in UWA's favor. Jim's throwing have the pressure right this second, and it's coming off the backboard for possibly another one. Jackie pinches it off the defender.
Crab trying to get it into the corner. Jackie will be able to follow it through from underneath. Sakiri will put this game away, and it's a 4-2 lead and a tied series.
Oh my goodness, this is a huge effort from Jim's throwing right now. Jim's leading should be their name if they take this series, because they are the underdogs here. We both were leaning towards, I probably could have even seen a 4-0 here from that MQU side, and Jim's throwing is stepping up to the mark. Jackie right now, a good challenge. Akame out. It's already over, but they're still pushing. They only need to get to the ground here. Sakari's going to do it for them. And Jim's throwing, they're going to take a game in the series and put a damper on everybody's expectations for their opponents.
Yeah, that was a great show from UWA right there, especially in the second half of that game where they really took the tempo over, stayed on such a long extended attack right now, never really let Macquarie back into it, and those are the types of performances that they're going to need to continue with, not just in this series, but every series henceforth, I feel like, in this event. Again, if you win this, you're in the winner's final. You're guaranteed a top 3 finish here at AEL 2022 Season 2, so it's a lot to play for both of these teams as... Oh my goodness, that almost found its way back in.
Almost a psycho. It wouldn't have been a self-set up psycho, but incredible touch. Sakari can't quite find it, and Prize Lion's going to put MQU back on the board. Macquarie in front again.
So I was talking about this, I believe it was with Tins. It might have been with you, actually. My memory's going with age. But is the Psycho going to be that breakout new mechanic for the next season of RLCS? Because I've been seeing more and more players.
Myself.
Yeah, see, more and more people have been practicing, training, working on this. I think Psycho, it's good. That's going to be the direction. Yeah.
They're fun and they're actually usable in competition. They're one of those freestyle mechanics that really is making its way into competition for a good reason. Sometimes you just see players getting needlessly complex on situations they don't need to. I feel like this is actually one of those things that might become a necessity.
I have to agree with you on that. So get ready for next season of RLCS to be, you know, the season of the Psycho. I kind of feel that's coming. It's Rule 1!
It's happened! Crab and Prize Lion locked in the corner on the orange side. Who does this benefit more?
I think it benefits, I want to say Jim's throwing, but Crab has kind of been that leading, like, sort of offensive prowess. Look, Rule 1, we have to stay with it as we do watch it come. Oh, that was close. The Rule 1 was almost broken.
Speaking of freestyling, Kame can't quite make it.
I don't care about mussies if they don't go in. I care more about the Rule 1 right now, Gex.
The Rule 1 holds, so we don't even have to talk about it. These players have respect for the rules of the game. Akame puts it off the crossbar, Ray finishes it off. They break the Rule 1 in the only acceptable fashion, a goal.
Yeah, that is eventually how it will end as we watch it again. Akame with the flick up, Ray with the follow through, putting it in the net. However, I will say this, in frustration, Crab did demo Pro as Lion as soon as the goal was scored.
It's I feel like that's fair.
It is.
Carry, going with the backboard. Nearly found the angle. Takes it back across the goal.
Crab will follow through the corner instead as the ball falls down. Ball coming off that backboard. Ray, dangerous touch. Here comes the follow through. No! Sakiri misses it!
I mean, it's not an open net miss, but it's one they should have scored. This is definitely within their play ability there, and it's a missed opportunity. Crab sends it high, but it's MQU who are making the push again now.
I want to go back to the Rule 1 real quick. Have you ever...
I know you do.
Yeah. No, but, like, it's a question, right? Have you ever struggled trying to explain Rule 1 to people who don't know Rocket League? I've never been able to explain it correctly in a way where they understand in a way that makes sense. As Akami, by the way, is going to make this game 3-0.
Kame, that is a beautiful touch to clean it up. It was his own center as well. Finds the mark, but yeah, I mean, explaining that to somebody who doesn't know Rocket League is tough. I suppose... Yeah, no, I don't know how you explain that to somebody who doesn't at least, like, you have to go in with... So it's a game with cars, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, even if they understand Rocket League, though, you know, trying to tell my dad, who will occasionally watch these things, like, what a Rule 1 is, like, why are they doing that? It's like, well, it's Rule 1. It's so it's in the rules? No, but it's the first rule.
Yes, it is. No, you just tell them yes, it is. That's
okay.
It's the unspoken rule. I feel like that it's not the only unspoken rule in sports. It's part of being a good sportsman in a game. There are things that happen because of respect, and they always will. I'm struggling to think of an example right now, but it always happens.
Just go to bed. You don't swing on a 0-3 pitch. That's another one. Crab is going to get that goal in right there. That's when I can kind of think of. Because, yeah, I have to go back to baseball, but the thing is, in Rocket League, there's no angry pitcher on the other team to beam, like, a 150-kilometer-per-hour ball at your head if you break the unspoken rules, so...
That's true. I think the ultimate respect of the Rule 1 that I've seen, I don't expect to see it in competition, is just immediately going, hey, somebody broke our Rule 1 by force, we're going back to it, or I'm own goaling. Crab takes it.
Crab did everything right there. My goodness, wins the challenge against Pro as Lion. Awkward defensive read, puts the goal through. UWA, there's always one team that thrives when we get off topic, and it's going to be UWA today.
There's a good point from our producer BK coming in with football, soccer, kicking ball out of bounds if there's an injury on field. It's not in the rules. It's just part of sportsmanship.
Yeah, see, but those make sense.
Oh
Like,
yeah, they do.
a casual person can understand it.
I just feel like it's such a rare occurrence that you have to maintain it once it happens, right? That's the sportsman-like part of it.
I guess as we see
you
Jackie
maintain the rare occurrence.
Well, injuries in soccer aren't that rare, or football aren't that rare. Either way,
No,
Sakiri.
but that's a human decency thing.
Yes, it is. Jackie, Joe looking to play off the backboard. Sakiri has a read, but isn't quite able to get it in. Here comes the next shot again. It's off that top backboard as eventually Akame will be the one who clears it through the corner.
I think the other thing is that Rule 1s are not giving an advantage to one team necessarily.
True.
It's still the same amount of players on field, and it puts a test to a different aspect of their gameplay. So it definitely is something that's interesting, but yeah. Anyway, there is gameplay on field, so coming across again, it is a lead for MQU, but only by 20 seconds on board.
We should do a podcast where we play like the single greatest games in Rocket League history in the background and just not acknowledge them at all and talk about everything else.
I like that idea. I feel like that's what we do anyway, right?
True! Yeah, we'll call it the AEL Semester 2 Winners Semifinal. 0 seconds left on the clock. Macquarie, they will defend, and it's going to be a 2-1 series lead.
My favorite podcast. Great win there from MQU. A lot of really, really good players out there to keep them on top. But are you going to say UWA still really on their heels every single game?
Yeah, they absolutely are. I mean, we were watching the game as that was playing out, do not get me wrong, and even though Macquarie showed a lot of offensive firepower, that game in particular felt back and forth. Like, each team was quickly changing possession over, was quickly finding those chances, and it's good to see that UWA can keep up with increases of tempo like that. It wasn't enough to get the win, and I'm not sure if that's really going to be the winning strategy for them, but that loss would not have felt as bad as, let's say, the loss in game number 1.
That's true. I feel like there's still opportunities here for this to go the entire distance, to be honest. So with how close these have been, it's unlikely, but the chances every time I see that 1 goal difference between the two teams, that back and forth coming through, I feel like they're higher and higher. Yeah, no, there is potential for it to be there. However, if this game does get away from UWA, it could be very similar to what we saw in our first series, and that's kind of where everything falls away from them. They need to win this one. This is going to be a super important game, and you'd want to start off with that first goal. However, no one's even really near the ball as Lion clears it across the field. And it's still what I'm leaning towards here, as well as the likelihood MQU 1 away from getting themselves onto game point. Ray's going to get bumped away. Akame for the backboard, drops it down to Prize Lion. An unselfish play nearly pulls off for them, but it's Jackie upfield with the control again. Ray with the read.
And we're seeing again that sort of back and forth style gameplay where it's not necessarily 1 player forward, 2 players back. It's still 2 players forward, but that first player is going for these solo plays. I mean, Akame with the reset we know can pull it off, but no one else has really had that same success. Pro as Lion, no, not there, still nearly an own goal. What just happened to the defense? Doesn't matter, Jackie somehow makes it work until they run into Akame, who will find a second touch off the backboard and down. Here comes Ray. Defense is able to rotate back.
Yeah, first defensive play on that did not go well. That did not go well either. A huge pass off the backboard, almost reached back to his teammate Akame, but now Akame can't quite reach his own second touch. The other backboard it goes. Crab trying to reach Sakari here. Will be a read down. Jackie, his third man, has to be careful in this challenge, but does let it back to his own backboard.
Oh, big bump from Ray. Akame's going to try to stay back. Flicks it up. Caught by Sakiri. Ball goes back in the middle of the field where we're going to watch Pro as Lion try and play hero off the backboard. Akame. Oh, not quite on the target that they would have liked to see. Still a 0-0 game. And this is the longest that we've seen a scoreless scenario so far, I think, today, except for game number 1. Sorry, game number 1 went 2.5 minutes.
Just want to point out how beautiful the defense was there from UWA. Jim's throwing had no boost for the majority of that, sustaining themselves off of single 100 boosts in the corners very rarely. still got out of there alive, and oh my goodness, that's not what you want to see. Does go back for their own control, luckily. Sakari beats the last one as well. Pro-As line off his own backboard. Crab now looking to create
that
pressure, and it's away.
Oh,
it's not going to be a goal.
Akami broke the offensive rotations with a nice bump across the middle of the field, and now trying to get some offensive pressure themselves. Crab will collect. A little premature on the flick right there. Gets themselves demoed. As a result, Sakiri will pick up the slack, however. Tries to find a pass. Isn't able to get there. Intercepted by Akami.
Akame again pushing this upfield. Pushes it off the bonnet of a defender straight at their own net. Does get defended away, but now the pressure is on. Ray down from the ceiling, the waterfall not helping them out just yet, but the pressure is on, and now the boost starving might be able to begin. That attack slowed down from a moment might just save them.
Yeah, he could, as we played off the backward. Akame will try to chase it through. Shot, net, no! Saved on the line. Well played by Crab.
And Jackie as well to continue that out means that they have control still. Crab to the corner. Ray on that back line, but there's where that boost starving pays off. Even once they get back possession, get an attack started, they still have to leave it alone for a second. Look for that boost to continue a play. They might have another chance back here though. Jackie gets it in front of net.
No.
Crab tries for the setup instead of the shot.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
Still, they might have a chance. Pro-As Lion will stay underneath. It must have seen something in the defense that left them not quite confident, because there were defenders there. Either way, Akame off the demo will get the goal. Well played for the late lead.
It's what they needed here. 55 seconds left to put themselves in a confident position to look exactly like our last series, but it is only one goal, and Jim's throwing. They're going to be pushing back onto this. They've had plenty of chances, in fact, racking up a similar amount of shots there. I think one less than MQU at this point, and they need one just to sink right now.
Yeah, they would love to get that equalizer in overtime. Maybe that's where they can bring this one back. However, if we see Macquarie win this, they'll be one game away from that winner's bracket final against RMIT. Akame off of the roof, spiking it down. Crab makes the save on the backboard. Lion now is going to try to find their own setup. Ray's the one who goes up for it, has a reset available to them, but holds onto it to the last second. Crab got behind it.
Crab, a big flick upfield as well, and while that was a good play from MQU, they're
oh,
on
it's a miss!
Pro-As Lion is right there. There's nobody to take the shot on the open net.
Oh!
The shot finally comes through, or should have, I say, as it doesn't make it. 0 seconds on clock. They still have possession. One chance available to them. Nearly slots it in the top right corner, but MQU comes up with the win.
MQU, this is an okay, yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take that win, and we will run far, far away from reliving the final 15 seconds of that game. Yeah. Oh, my goodness, UWA. They let that one slip by them. I don't think there's any way to put it. The opportunities were there. The defense was in shambles, but they just couldn't find that shot.
MQU are going to take the win, but the thing is they shouldn't have been allowed to.
No.
Jim Sterling had the chance there. There was open nets, there was passes in front, there was demos come out. They just missed a crucial opportunity in this series.
I don't want to say the obvious, but it's in the name.
No. Leave them alone. Don't do them like that, Max.
They did themselves.
They did.
They did them.
Sakari might be able to undo themselves.
I mean, you have plenty of time to do it, right? Technically 15 minutes to undo themselves, unless an overtime gets in the way, because 3 games in a row is what we're going to have to see from Jim's throwing. For Macquarie, however, well, they're back on defense at the moment. Pro-As Lion, give them credit for the assist off of that unforced error.
It's almost the identical open net that they missed at the end of that last match as well. They cleaned it up.
They did. They got it through. And you know what? Now's fine a time as any to start bringing this series back. UWA with a rare early lead.
Yeah, rare lead indeed, but we know what they can do with a scoreline to hold. That back and forth series is something they like to do every single time, and it benefits them when they start off early.
Yeah, it does, and it could benefit them again here. Akame, though, shot from midfield is just too accurate for the UWA's defense to handle.
They need one back quick to start that back and forth series now. If they can do that, they have a good chance at still taking this game out. But if they slip one more back here, they're back on that regain line, and that's not where they've been benefiting.
No, it really has not been. But, I mean, Akame has just been on point, it feels like, this entire series right now. And that's who Jim's throwing is going to have to try to shut down. Ball from the net. Akame's there. It's off the post. And there's the ball up. Proas Lion. It's off the post. Now Crab tries to bang it out, and they do get it out of the defensive box.
Watching Proas come back for yet another 50 there, I'd almost convinced myself in my mind that that was going to be a read into net a second time, but fortunately for them, it isn't. Now Akame putting that on target will be saved by Crab out in the corner, and Jackie to follow it up. Gets it well upfield. Good control here. Good opportunity, but Proas Line not demoed away. Macquarie can't make the read.
Yeah, and is able to navigate through traffic as well. Proas Lion just making everybody miss. Will eventually try to find the pass to Akame, who doesn't turn it into a shot. Crab loses out on boost, loses out to the challenge as well. However, eventually it does look like Macquarie will fall back a bit.
Yeah, this is a little bit of luck there for Jim's throwing as well. UWA, they need to step up in that midfield again here. They've had a few large errors just in the last few moments. And Ray, huge dunk. Nobody back in defense. Crab, fortunate in his positioning. And Akame puts it to backboard. A huge miss. A demo and an open net that Ray will not miss.
2-1 lead. That was just too clean at the end of the day. Akame losing the setup well, but it was Ray's patience, I feel like. Not jiving in head first, waiting for the chaos to kind of open that pathway and put the shot in. 2-1 lead for Macquarie.
Not the first time we've seen that from Ray either. That patience, the calm heads-up plays from Crab have been one of the biggest things we've seen out of him. A great pass down the waterfall there, but Akame reads it absolutely perfectly. Speaking of, Proas, what a pre-jump.
Yeah, a great clear on the back of it as well. Now, this is a chance potentially for Macquarie. They could look to put this one a little out of reach right now. Kind of a must-score situation on the attack for UWA. Ball gets pushed towards the goal. Akame collects the pass from Proas, and that will be enough for the clear.
Akame is going to get that pass in here as well. Tries for the pancake. It goes long, though, and the clear is underway. Ray also doesn't get under control either. It's going to continue back to his own corner. Crab with a great pass in. Ray on 0 boost still manages to get the clear.
Yeah, Jackie now is going to try to race back. Akame should be able to get there first, but no, they leave it for Sakiri. I'm not sure Macquarie was expecting that because everyone had pressed forward. Thus, possession given right back over to the UWA side. Not able to find too much yet. Jackie will be the one who clears it through that midfield line. Gets the dunk as well. That's going to be a tie ball game.
It's really well done as well because that evens up that shot line as well here. They were suffering a little 8-4 before this, and they've racked up a few now to really make themselves look like similar playing teams. And UWAS, Jim's throwing, they are stepping up with a better shot conversion ratio.
They are. They are looking so much more accurate, it feels like, time and time again, as Proas from underneath challenges Crab, slightly misses out. Crab again with that flick towards the net. Now we'll follow it through from that corner ball underneath. Ray getting there first. And that's a huge what?
No! Oh my goodness. It took so long for me to process how fast that was going. 146k an hour off of the defender's touch, but I would have loved to see how fast that was without it because that crossed field in the blink of an eye. Really deceptive.
It looked like it was just going to be your stock standard midfield clear, right? But no, that was it was a low-key missile apparently, and with that, Macquarie, that could be the series-winning goal.
And usually you get the better view of that. It's easier to calculate the speed on that as the viewer. You can't imagine how threatening that must have been to the defender seeing it come at them at that speed, and probably like us only realizing how little space they had at the last moment.
Crab did, demo at the end of that Rule 1. Pitchers will aim for the head. Either way, 45 seconds left. 45 seconds remaining for Jim's throwing to try to equalize this game, to stay alive in this series and in this winner's bracket. Will they get that goal through? If they give up a point here, though, it's all but over.
I would say Jackie has stepped up. Not a name that we were talking about so much on Jim's Throwing. It was all Crab and Sakari, but Jackie has been involved in the midfield plays more than I have ever seen him here in the playoffs. He is making an unbelievable effort, and it's just getting away from them. 10 seconds left. Jackie underneath again to make that midfield play. It doesn't get in the air, but he does get control off the 50. Prize line takes it back. No time left on the board. This is going to go to ground any moment. MQU take it.
And it's going to be MQU versus RMIT in our winners bracket final. A dominant performance when it's all said and done by the team in blue. Akame